Forgive me for the technical difficulties, but we got the thing back on the road. We back on track. Forgive me. I appreciate everybody that come back and holler at your boy pulling up in the trap. Forgive me. You know I'm a rookie at this. I'm not that great yet, you understand? But we gon' rock this thing on out. Them Cowboys got that dub and we lit this morning. The trap still around the corner. We gon' wait on the little people to get back in this thing, but we gon' start up very shortly. Shout out to Lord King in the building. We in here. Cowboys 8-3, let's get it. Second place in this division. And we coming for everything that we supposed to have, you understand? We ain't playing around up in the trap. Let's get it. We ain't playing around up in the trap. But yeah, man, it was a rocket start, but we still got everything together and we pulled that win out exactly how we supposed to have. That's all that matters up in the trap. That's all that matters. We got this thing jumping now. We back. We got the technical difficulties handled, you understand? So please come back and rock with your boy, like and share so the people can get back in the building, man. I hate it messed up on me, but you know, that's life. You can't win every time. You know, you got some victories that you just can't win sometimes. But we back up in the building. Man, shout out to your Dallas Cowboys for getting that dub, even though it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't in a dream world. It wasn't dreamy. It didn't give you the googly eyes at the beginning, but we still held it down and we did exactly what we supposed to did. We got that dub. That's all that's important. That's all that matters. We second place in the division. We coming at the Philadelphia Filthy Eagles' throat. They next in line, you know what I'm saying? We got our own destiny. We got control of our destiny. That's what's great about this. We go up there, handle our business. Indianapolis coming to Dallas, I believe. When we play them, then we got the future fight with Philly. Once we beat them, which we will, you already know how we get down. We're a better team than them. We the best team in the NFL. In my opinion, let's get it. Even though we started out rocking, your mighty Dallas Cowboys is the best team in the league. I don't think nobody can match our best game. That's just my opinion. They best game compared to our best game, we still end up being the best. You understand? And they ain't even seen our best game. Well, Minnesota might have been our best. But that's scary for everybody. That's a scary test for everybody. You best believe that. You better mark my words. Don't nobody want to see that team that we was against Minnesota. They don't want to see that team. That's a fact. So, man, like I said, I feel like we are the best team in the NFL. We just beat 2 7-win teams. We just beat 2 7-win teams back to back, man, and impressive fashion. You know, the Giants got a Vegas touchdown at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't even count that. They got a Vegas touchdown. That's how we say that. They got a touchdown for the point spread. I don't even count that. But we had a 14-point lead, and we basically handled them and dominated them in the second half. Basically shut them out, in my opinion. Like, you can have that little, you know what I'm saying? You can have that little BS touchdown at the end. That was a poverty touchdown. That was a touchdown that you just give away for charity. You understand? Shout out to Turner Dynasty in the building. Shout out to T Smooth in the building. Lord King in the building, man. Y'all holla at your boy. Yeah, we got a big dub, T Smooth, a big dub. And it might, like I said, it ain't gonna have you dreaming googly eyes, you know what I'm saying? It might not. But the end result, it should have you satisfied. The end result is satisfying. You understand? Because it could have been a lot worse than it was. You know what I'm saying? Especially how we started. This team showed you that they were resilient and they didn't play no games. They believed in what they did and corrected all of the mistakes, all of the fumbles, and got the job done. So the end result says we are a good team and we beat a decent team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Giants are a great team. I don't think they are as good as they records say they are, but we still handled them in the manner that we should have. You know what I'm saying? We on a short week coming into a Thanksgiving game. You know, the guys might be a little tired. You know, they just played Sunday, so it was a quick turnaround. And, you know, I understand, long as we got the job done, you kind of figured it might be a tad bit sloppy at times, but we still got the job done and we got that dub. That's what's most important. Shout out to your 8-3 Cowboys. You understand? Shout out to them. Okay, shout out to Larry Lynch in the building. Shout out to Tommy Montoya in the building. We in here. You already know how we do it up in the trap. We in the building. We ain't playing around. You understand? Now, I want to do a little quick little stat check. You understand? I like what I seen from Mr. Cedarian Lamb. Even though we still had another Dak interception throwing the CD, but CD was fantastic, y'all. I think CD Lamb was a lot better than people even recognize. He was a lot better than the stat sheet even said. Even though he went over the Central Mall, CD was still better than that. And I'm finna tell you why. Okay. CD had, what his stats was, CD was like, he went over 100. I know he got like, let me see, 1 second. CD had, let me see. Yeah, CD had 6 catches for 106 yards with no touchdowns, with a long of 25, 17 yards average. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty decent. That's a dominant performance from a wide receiver. But what makes this performance even more better than y'all think it might be, you know, CD Lamb had a couple of drops. He had 1 drop that he could have had. Then he drew like 3 PI calls. Like, that's very impactful for your number 1 wide receiver. When you drawing that many flags, y'all, when you producing this many yardage, then he was big on 3rd down. This was the 88 game. Spectacular one-hand catch on out of bounds. And he told that little man that you are too little, man. He told that dude that he was too little. He did the Westbrook. He said, hey, you're this tall and you ain't big enough to be running around here stomping with the big dogs, sir. You're not big enough. He said, get your weight up. You understand? He said, grow up, sir. And that was very disrespectful. Like, he did the one hand. It was nasty. I believe that might have been a signal from CD telling the Cowboy Nation that we don't need no Odell Beckham. That's what he said to y'all. That's what he said to me too. He said, we don't need no Odell. Look what I'm doing out here. Now, this 2 out of 3 weeks that CD Lamb went over the Central Mall, and he balling out, going crazy. CD was very impactful this game. He was 88 this game. And now you got to start looking at his body of work. You know what I'm saying? For the season. He over 800 yards already. He got 5 touchdowns. Now, the only thing he didn't do is get a touchdown in this game. But, man, CD balled out on 3rd down. He got a couple of big-time 3rd down conversions. And he drew 2 flags. And had a spectacular catch. And went over 100 yards. Like, it ain't much more you can ask from CD Lamb, in my opinion, man. Shout out to him. He had a big-time game. He had a big-time game. And he made plays when we needed them, too. That's what's more important for me. Like, if you doing stuff in garbage time, like, I ain't got time for that. CD was doing stuff when we needed it. You know what I'm saying? He made a big-time 3rd down conversion, like 3rd and 12. Then I believe he did like a 3rd and 13. Like, CD was coming up big in the clutch situations when you need your best players to come up big. And that's exactly what he did. Shout out to Mr. Cedarian Lamb. He act up this game. Shout out to him. He act up this game. You got to give him his flowers when he do good. He had 1 little blunder. Like, Dak trusted him a little bit too much and put that ball on back shoulder, and CD didn't come up with it. And then it tipped and got an interception. But I love what I see from CD. Like, if this the number 1 CD we gonna get all year, sign me up. You know, twice on Sunday. Sign me up for a lifetime subscription of that, sir. Please. Hey, I need a lifetime subscription of that. You understand? Shout out to Red, man. You already know we in the trap. We gonna trap today. You understand? We gonna trap today. We gonna trap today. It's a Friday. Ain't no damn credit on a Friday either. Y'all already know what that man told y'all. We ain't taking no shots on a Friday. We ain't doing that. But shout out to my boy MG13, man. That looked like Micah right there. That looks like the MG that I have grown to love. You understand? That's exactly who that look like. That look like MG that was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the trap is open, Ready Red. We in here today. That looks like the Micah Gallup that play reckless and don't care about nothing but production and helping his team win. See, Micah Gallup got an element of recklessness to him. That's what I like about him. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about nothing but catching the football. Did you see? Wait a minute. Stop the show. Stop the show. Hold on, wait a minute. Did y'all see this boy snatching the ball out the air? That boy Micah Gallup was snatching everything. That boy was snatching everything out the air. I was over here like, man, this is the Micah Gallup we've been missing. If we get this MG all year for the rest of the season, y'all, I'm telling you, we finna act a stone cold fool. I'm telling you that right now. We finna act a fool. If we get this MG 13, that's the guy I've been waiting on. You know, I just said he was a shell of himself the other week. He got better last game, but now he's looking like MG13 of old. That was vintage MG13 right there, sir. Mr. Contested Catch himself. Mr. Toe Drag Swag himself. That's who that was. And that's my guy. I told you, I'm a little higher on Gallup than most people are. I love everything that Gallup brings to this team. He brings a level of toughness and tenacity and recklessness to this team. And I believe you need that on your wide receiver core. You do. Because I believe when CDC Micah Gallup making these tough contested catches and trucking people and going across the middle with no regard for human life, CD like, hey, I want some of that too. I got to do that too. I got to get in on that. You understand? That's what CD says when he sees that going on. That's what the team says. Wait a minute. Did y'all see Young Ryan Dakota out there blocking folks? Did y'all see Dak go and pull a block? Dak did a real block. He didn't do a quarterback block. He did a real block. Like, this team turned up. After that second half, it's like they said enough with the foolishness. It's time to go in. Shout out to TA Cowboys in the building. They said it looked like they said we sick of the foolishness. It's time to go in after that. Like they played with their food on the first half, and then it's like they got straight to business. It got real in the second half. They handled their business like adults, and they got the job done. Shout out to my boys. Yeah, Dak was a lead blocker on one of them plays now, and he laid a real block. That's what's important. Most quarterbacks just get in the way. Dak went out there and blocked that young man. I said, look at Dak. Hey, and Dak getting a little wiggle on him. Look, you gotta do Dak getting a little wiggle in him again too. He reminded me of young Ryan Dakota of old now. Did y'all see him hit Thibodeau with that spin move? That is dangerous. Dak coming back now. That boy hit a spin move on that young man, and it was mean. I just knew for a fact he was sacked. Dak did some magician type stuff. He did some witchcraft on that play and got out of there, and then still got some productive yards on that play. Man, Dak acted a fool on that second half, y'all. You got to give him his props on the second half, man. You got to give him his props. Now, to be fair, that first half, I don't know why. I kind of put that, it's on Dak. The interception is on Dak. But Tyler Biadasz shouldn't have hiked that football. You know what I'm saying? When he hiked that football, Dak already said in his head, oh, that's a flag. Let me throw something up. That's what that indicated. You understand? That's what that indicated. When Tyler Biadasz hiked that football the way he did, in Dak's head, he like, oh, that's a flag. Let me get something out there. Let me try something. But I put that on. It was on Dak for throwing the football because he didn't have to throw it where he threw it. But Tyler Biadasz shouldn't have hiked that football if he didn't know for sure it was a flag. And to be quite frank, it probably should have been a flag, but you know how it is, man. You know these fiend referees, they be fiending to get us in this trap house now. The referees be fiending to get them, screw them Cowboys over. You know I said they the fiends of the trap. They be fiending and itching to get hope to our Cowboys. So I believe that might have been a offsides penalty for real. Somebody bird gang. Good grief. Good grief. Bird gang 336. 2 picks to the Giants. 4 equals trash. Hey, nah, it's finna be sad. This the same guy who team just struggled with the Indianapolis Colts. Your quarterback had to turn into a running back because that's what he good for. I know Jalen Hurts well, sir. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'ma run you up out of here. That's what I'ma do. Now, I love the fact that you came over here to share, the live stream with our good Cowboy people. Because apparently your Eagle people ain't up to par, sir. Now, what would behoove you to come over here spewing this nonsensical buffoonery out of your mouth, sir? Howie Roseman, whatever that young man's name is, he will literally do the jazz routine, throw Jalen Hurts out the door for young Ryan Dakota. And y'all come over here talking all this foolishness. He will pick, like Uncle Phil did jazz, he will grab Jalen Hurts and toss his ass out of the fucking building if he could get young Ryan Dakota. But y'all want to talk all this nonsensical buffoonery babble. That's what y'all want to do. So, your quarterback is a running back, for one. Y'all don't do nothing but call conservative plays all day. All day. He only throw the ball to the tight end. That's what he does. And you want to come over here to the Mighty Cowboys content creators chat box and talk reckless. Shame on you, sir. Your GM would throw Jalen Hurts clean off a bridge if he was able to get Dak Prescott, sir. You know deep in your heart that you will take Dak over him. That's why you in here with this false confidence, sir. You in here with this false confidence to boost yourself up to believe in Jalen Hurts. You know good well that this man is not up to par, sir. You know this. So keep fooling yourself. Shout out to Mr. Eastside, Lee Side, with the $5 super chat. Y'all look now. Now, I don't like to ask, but you can't have the ops giving super chats and the real ones ain't giving it. You know what I'm saying? But look, he talking about something, Landlord from Alabama. What your opinion of Master Jerry blocking those? Man, Jerry been stated something on that. Jerry been said something about that. It is what it is, man. If he is a racist, what can we do about it? He's still gonna be the owner of the Cowboys out at the end of the day. We fans of the team, it is what it is, man. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I've done a lot of foolish things when I was a teenager too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. Who am I to judge Jerry Jones? He's a billionaire. He run the team. What can you do? It is what it is. Shout out to my boy, Miss Jessica in the building. Shout out to he talking about, man, that picture old too. Like, Jerry already got comments on that picture. And from the testament of the black players that he has, they swear by Jerry. Emmitt Smith, Micah Irvin, Deion Sanders, all of the black players you can name, they swear by Jerry. So whatever, we don't really care about how he feel in his heart. I don't think he's a racist, but the players, they feel like Jerry treats his players immaculately. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard not one black player say that Jerry was treating him unfairly. Not in the history of the Cowboys. So I ain't worried about that. Long as whatever he feel in his heart, long as it don't spew out into his business, then, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. And all the black players swear by Jerry. I don't know what that lady, the reporter lady, she has a lot of free time going back to the 50s to to spot Jerry Jones. Like, that's some TMZ vibes. We ain't got time for that. But, you know, it's still Cowboy Nation over here. We don't care nothing about that. We don't care nothing about that over here. But back to this game. Because, you know, the haters will distract you. You got East Side, Lee Side with the worst team in football. All he can do now is just talk about the World Series every day. And we don't even like baseball over here. We don't watch baseball, sir. I ain't saying we dislike baseball, but this is not about baseball, sir. How you gonna change the whole sport when people call you out? Eastside changed the whole sport. Well, the Astros. Like, man, ain't nobody talking about the Astros. We talking about the Texans, sir. Yeah, they trying to knock us off our path, Red. You know, I had to light them up a little bit. He said, it's funny they been killing Kyrie Irving, but say nothing to Master Jerry. Ah, man, you want to come in here and be on that negativity, sir? That's what you want to do, sir? It's not going to work. Who y'all play this weekend? Let us know that. And who is your quarterback? All we know is the running back. And he ain't even made a name for himself, sir. Worry about your players on the field and your lack thereof of these wins. You know, that's billionaire business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You understand? I can't afford to talk about that young man. You understand? But, yeah, man, let's get back to this game. You know, we had the Hater Bird game. I appreciate the trolls, though, because y'all gonna make me turn up. I ain't seen him say nothing else, though. But, you know, if you still here, bro, you know, it's all in good fun and good sports talk. So, long as you stay clean with your stuff, we can rock out all day. But, what are you talking about, Kyle Allen? I don't know what you're talking about, Eastside. But, where was I on this game before we was rudely interrupted? We was over here minding our business. I know I said... I was talking about that fluky interception, I know. I feel like Tyler Biadasz shouldn't have hiked that ball. Let's be real. Then it was two wrongs that made a bigger wrong. Tyler Biadasz was wrong for thinking that was a flag. Then Dak was wrong for just throwing the ball up. So two wrongs made an even bigger problem. So it is what it is. I hate that it was like fluky though. Like, that ain't gonna happen every game. But Dak thought it was a free play. He threw it up trying to make something happen, and it was an interception. Good play by the Giants. It happens. But that second interception from CD, I feel like Dak might have made a bad read, to be honest. I feel like the ball was a little in the inside. Dak probably needed that ball to be a little towards the outside. But me being a wide receiver, sir, CeeDee Lamb, you know what they tell us wide receivers. If you get hands on the football, it's supposed to be caught, sir. That's another time for you. You know what I'm saying? CD be having excellent games and then it be a little blunder in the middle of it. That's another time for you. You had the ball in your hands, you got to bring them in, sir. You know, it's simple as that. It's black and white for receivers. It's black and white for us. Every wide receiver coach gonna tell you that. If the football touch your hand, sir, and it doesn't be a catch, that's on you. That's on you. You can't expect the quarterback passes to be perfect every time. If he throw the ball in your vicinity, it's supposed to be a catch. You know what I'm saying? If he throw it anywhere in your catch radius, see, that's where they talk about words like that. Wide receivers have a catch radius. It has something to do with that length of their arms and how tall they is, all that. If that ball goes anywhere in your catch radius and then you don't catch it, that's a drop, in my opinion. According to a wide receiver, that's a drop. So, CD, you got to bring them home, sir. You got to bring them home. You had two hands on the football. Shout out to Sports Guru in the building. Talk Montana in the building. What's happening? I think that's fair. CD got to bring them in. And like I said before, this the same thing, the reoccurring thing. You want Dak to be able to have that kind of confidence in CD too. That's what's kind of crazy. Because to be quite honest, it should have been a catch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bird Game, man. I'm glad you're a good sport. Shout out to you. He says, and I quote, "Respect your content, G. Just saying y'all should have blown them out." That's true. The way y'all was talking Super Bowl last week. I don't know who y'all is. I feel like we got the ability, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you one of the best teams in football, you got a chance for sure. So the ops out here showing love today. That's crazy. I appreciate your good sportsmanship, sir. One thing that people need to realize about me, I'm real silly. You know, I'm gonna be a little animated for the presentation purposes. You know what I'm saying? It'll never be personal attacks over here. We don't play that up in the trap. We don't play that. We don't play that in the trap. And you know, I'll never be personally attacking people. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be rooted in sports trash talk at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cowboy Brian in the bit. Oh, Cowboy Brian said you thought that was interference too. Now, CD, once again, our players. Did y'all not see our players, CD Lamb, calling out the referees again? Like, he did it subtly, though. CD was like, I felt like I was getting held the whole game. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to chill out on the referees, though. Because I'm telling you, y'all let me know. Do y'all think us complaining constantly about the referees going to help us? I just don't see it helping us. You know what I'm saying? But you right, Brian. He was getting held and pulled the whole game. But, like, that's what I like to see, the growth of CeeDee Lamb, because I seen him making some tough contested catches and fighting people away and stuff. That might be something that he just going to have to do. If he can't get, like, super open, he going to have to learn how to fight through that contact and not be looking for a flag. And he did it. To be fair, he did it throughout the game, but you got to be able to fight that guy off and catch that football. But, like, he was holding his arm. Nah, that was the other play. Cowboy Brian, was he holding his arm? Was he holding his arm on that play too? Because I know one of the plays he was holding his arm and, like, CD literally couldn't get his other arm up and he just did it with one hand. You know what I'm saying? I believe he might have been holding his arm on both of them, but you know they gonna screw us in the trap with them referees. Trap. Y'all know that. Trap. You remember we just discovered that if this the trap house, you know what I'm saying? If we in the trap house right now, that means it got to be some fiends. And the fiends is the referees itching to screw over our Cowboys. That's who it is. That's who it is. They be fiending. They be itching. They be like Pookie, y'all. They got to have it. You know what I'm saying? They might ask you, do you want a cheeseburger? Who get the reference? Let me know if you get the reference. I got these cheeseburgers. That's the referees, y'all. They got the cheeseburgers. That's what they got. If you know, you know. We ain't gonna go into details of what that means. Y'all know I'm silly. But if you know the movie reference there, you understand what I mean, man. But they got them cheeseburgers, and they can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? They be itching and fiending to screw us over. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ready Red. They be itching and fiending to screw us over. You know what I'm saying? Like men to society, man. They be fiending to screw us over. So we gonna have to, like, one of our great content creators said that they was like, we gotta chill out, Super Dad. Sugar Dad, chill out, man. Why you gonna do the cheeseburger emoji? Shout out to my son Therese Jordan in the building. I don't know what hey mean. I think you need an E in there, son. I think you need an E in there. But it said, Landlord, what's your cash out? It's $ Landlord 723. I believe it's in the description too, Red, if you don't remember. It's $ Landlord 723. I appreciate all the support, y'all. Joe Gomez, what's happening? Shout out to you in the building. Shout out to my son, Therese Jordan, in the building, y'all. It's 723, Rez. Not 6'2". It's not 762, it's 723. But yeah, man. Let's interact with the chat a little bit. Cowboy Brian says, when they called defensive holding on our defensive line, I knew they were watching hard and trying to get us often. How often you see facts? That's a seldom call. You know what I'm saying? That call don't even happen that much. Well, it happens, but it don't get called. It's like an unwritten rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be blatant for them to call that. And that wasn't even blatant. That was slick. That was actually subtle. Who that was? Was that Neville? Who got called for that, Cowboy Brian? That was a subtle hold. Like, it was real slick. I don't even know how they caught that. They be out there with the magnifying glasses, man. I'm telling y'all. They don't let us slip for nothing. They not gonna miss one call from us. We might as well get that understood. They will not, man, look. Hell will freeze over before the referees miss a call on them out of Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. They will not miss a call on us. You know what I'm saying? Not in our benefit. Not on our benefit. It's gonna always hurt us and hinder us. They the fiends of the trap, man. It is what it is. They be itching to screw us over. And like, that's why you gotta beat them. You gotta win these games convincingly, so the referees won't play a big role in it. You see how the stupid calls they was calling didn't really just screw us over too much. And like, this is why you need a franchise quarterback. This is why you need a quarterback who can produce. Because even though he had those interceptions, look at all them penalties that he overcame too. Dak overcame like 5-6 penalties and still got us in there. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to Itty Bit in the building. You already know where we at up in the trap. You know how we doing it. After this big win, my boys 8-3. Regardless of the adversity we took in the beginning of the game, my boys still held it down and got that dub. So that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy Brian said, I forget his name, but he from Clemson, I think. Talking about on our team? Oh, yeah, you talking about we held Dexter Lawrence? I was trying to see who our team was who did it. I mean, who was the D lineman that got called for holding? Sugar Daddy Williams said reading Braille on our facts, man. They got a magnifying glass when it come to our calls, y'all. Good grief, Mark. You understand that, Trap? Y'all know I'm real silly. Shout out to Mark Brown. I don't know if I've seen you before, sir. He says, good grief. R. Kelly Moore, man, was called too many passes when Zeke clearly was gashing them boys. Also, where can you find the trap song? Okay, that trap song right here. Trap. It's 723 Red. That trap song right there, that's that OG gold. I've been saying I've been meaning to put the link in the description. I probably corrected and put the link in the description, but you can go to Apple Music or any other platforms and type in OG Gold Trap and it'll pull up. It's an excellent song. I'm rocking with him. He from my city. He's a good dude. He got some good music. So, you know, we support our people up in the trap. Trap. I'm from the north. That's all that I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he going off though, Mark. But yeah, it's 723, Mr. Red. I appreciate your effort, sir. Landlord, $Landlord 723. Yeah, what else I wanted to say about this game, man? Let me see. Cause y'all had me lit for a second. But Mr. Dorrance Armstrong got another sack though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happy for him. He's no longer Dogecoin Dorrance, I tell you that. He's no longer Dogecoin Dorrance. That boy looking like ETH. That boy looking like an exchange. You know what I'm saying? That boy looking like an exchange out here, y'all. Oh, that was Carlos Watkins. Who rocking with the lingo? That boy ain't Dogecoin Dorns no more. That boy looking like an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looking like Binance. He looking like crypto.com. That boy looking solid. He looking like a whole exchange. He got 8 sacks on the year, y'all. Man. Now, hey, I'ma just tell you, I'ma be honest. He does have a lot of like effort sacks and hustle sacks, but hey, a sack is a sack though. You gonna see people make that argument that his sacks is coverage sacks and effort sacks and all that. You know what I'm saying? Sacks are not the same now, don't get me wrong. But somebody has to get the man down. And if you just happen to be that guy, hey, salute to you. But the man got 8 sacks, y'all. So you got to give him, hey, Wall Street Dorns now. Straight up, sugar daddy with. Like, hey, you got to give a man his respect, man. This man got 8 sacks. He got more sacks than D-Law. Know what I'm saying? He got more sacks than D-Law right now. So it is what it is. And like I said, he doing a lot of cleanup. But yet and still, it is what it is, man. You gotta give him his props. You gotta tip your hat. Shout out to Mr. Dorrance Armstrong. How about your young man, Zeke Elliott, man? Did y'all see my boy Zeke? You know what I'm saying? Zeke reminds you of vintage Zeke. You understand? That was a vintage Zeke performance. That's who that was. Did you see him? Now, they said Zeke was done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these haters said Zeke was done. And, you know, we love Tony Pollard over here. Tony is, hey, that's my guy. I feel like he's still one of the better players on our offense. He probably, him and CD like right there. Because, like, CD showing you that he one of them too. So, him and CD like the best players we got on offense besides that. So, man, that boy Zeke has showed y'all that he's ready now. Zeke doing all this with a big old brace on his knee now. Zeke doing this with a big old brace on his knee. And I don't like how quickly people talking about the burst was gone. I seen burst. Shit. I don't know about y'all. I seen burst. I ain't saying he finna go, you know what I'm saying, race Usain Bolt. I ain't saying he doing that. But I didn't see him leaving much meat on the bone, I'll tell you that much. He wasn't leaving much meat on the bone either now. If y'all real Cowboy fans, y'all know where I get that analogy from. Somebody drop it in the chat. Who said that we was leaving meat on the bone? It was a running back and everything. That lets you know I'm a Cowboy historian now. One of our running backs said it was more meat left on the bone. Let me know who said that. Let me know who said that. And I do this on the fly, man. I'm just a obsessed Cowboy fan, y'all. Y'all forgive me. But one of our running backs said the trivia question of the day. The trivia question of the day, not Emmett Troy, the trivia question of the day. In recent memory, one of our running backs said that there was a lot of meat left on the bone. Not DeMarco. You in the right time zone. You in the right area. But it wasn't DeMarco. One more guess. If y'all don't get it, I'm going to say who it was. One more guess. If y'all don't get it, I'm going to say who it was. Let's see. It was more meat left on that bone. And then when he got in there, he ain't even get no meat either. And he got back up in there. Yeah, that's who it was, Micah H. It was DeMarco Murray backup. It was Josh Randall. That's who. No, it was the one who stole the cologne and stuff. It was him. It was either, I could be mistaken. It was either him or Felix Jones. I think it was Josh Randall though. That's who I think it was. It was Randall, but it was DeMarcus Murray when he was there, the underwear bandit. Shout out to Cowboy Brian for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate you, sir. I really do. He says, and I quote, the spread was 10 and we would have covered that if they wouldn't have got the garbage time touchdown. So the Giants were 7-3 to get the good victory. People need to stop hating. Facts. Yeah, that was a 7-3 team. Even though I don't feel like they was that good, to be honest, Cowboy Brian, but they still they are who they are. They're a 7-3 team. You got to give them their respect. But I said that you might have not been here, Cowboy Brian. I did say that at the beginning of the show. That was a Vegas touchdown. That was a Vegas touchdown. Like, the defense was playing half speed. Like, everybody knew that game was over. Like, we weren't really in it. Like, that was a Vegas touchdown. That was a touchdown just to sway the point spread. You know what I'm saying? That was a Vegas touchdown. Shout out to Randy Jackson in the building. Shout out to Kyle Bundy in the building. Shout out to you, sir. You said that went Alpha Morris, I don't think. I think it was Rounder, right? Somebody look it up so we can be precise. I believe that was Rounder. One of them backup running backs to when DeMarco Murray left, he was saying he was throwing some shots, y'all. He was throwing some shots, talking about, hey, I feel like it was more meat left on the bone. And then he ain't do nothing after that. That boy ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing. He talking about all this meat left on the bone. Now, our O-line was gangster. So that's what he was kind of referring to. He was like, hey, if I had this blocking, I'd do the same thing. But, unfortunately, he didn't do the same thing. He did not do that. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, okay, it was Rounder. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. He left meat on the bone. He did, too, while he making that analogy. But, yeah. Yeah, Brian, that was definitely a Vegas touchdown. Like, they should have said touchdown Vegas. That's what they should have said. Touchdown Caesar's Palace. That's what that was. Touchdown to Falagio. That's what that was. He said that bone was dry after that. Facts. Like, we didn't get nothing out of them boys, man. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nathaniel. Shout out to Spoonie Dog. Shout out to you, man. Y'all got some crazy names. Shout out to Micah H. We in the building, man. You know how we do it up in the trap. Trap. Y'all know how we do it. Trap. We in here, especially after a win. Like I said, it's hard to win in the NFL, bro. So it's not going to be beautiful every time. But at the same time, that's a division game. Go look at how other teams play their division. And the team won't even be a 7-win team either, sir. Remember that. Remember that. You'll have a team playing their division opponent. The division opponent probably got 2-3 wins, and they take them to the wire, sir. So it's not easy to sweep a team, especially a division team. It's not a 7-win division team at that. Even though they was injured, I know we was expecting a lot, but we still basically got a double-digit win at home and held them to 13 points outside of that Vegas touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So we still did what we did. And we basically shut them out for the rest of the game because they had 13 at the half. Outside of that Vegas touchdown. That was Vegas. I'm going to tell you that right now. That was a Vegas touchdown. So don't let me forget about the rest of the game, but we've been craving for somebody who knew how to do second half adjustments. We got it now, y'all. We got it now. Tell me that if that wasn't one of our biggest complaints from the years past. We used to be like, man, this team don't know how to adjust, man. Bro, I'm telling you, I was there with y'all. Even though I wasn't making content, I was around. I was in them chat box with y'all. I remember this. We all was saying this team was terrible at adjusting. That was a thing. Not no more. Not no more. Them boys go in that locker room and get busy. They get down with the get down in that locker room now. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what was going on the first half. They did the same thing at Philly. You know, we was a little rocky at the beginning of the game. Second half, they basically shut them boys out. did the same thing. What they did and at Green Bay, that was probably the only game we didn't have like a gangster second half adjustment. That Green Bay game might have been the only one. Everyone after that, once we get to see what your game plan is and then go back to the drawing board in that second half, it's clamps after that, sir. It's clamps after that. So, that's a testament to your coaching staff. And that's a kudos on the offensive side and the defensive side too. So it's not just Dan Quinn getting kudos. I give Kellen Moore a hard time a lot of times, but he made his second half adjustment this week too. So shout out to the whole coaching staff. Shout out to everybody. They did what they supposed to do. Shout out to Jameson Taylor in a bit. But I just had a thought that makes me sad. Man. Red, great minds think alike. Because I've been 8 crow on our good brother Anthony Brown. I have. Because he's been a pretty solid player for a 6th-round pick. He's been doing his thing. He's been able to withstand some threats from these young cornerbacks and withstand and hold on to this starting position. Look at my hand. He holding on. He's holding on. But why this man play the ball so bad in the air? Good grief. Man. Now you done sat up here. I don't even like watching football with people around me. Especially when it's ops. I'm real superstitious, y'all, to a fault. I don't even like people in my house while I'm watching football, especially the Cowboys. I don't want no bad hating energy around me, y'all. And you sat up there and embarrass me in front of company. They sitting up there like, man, head top. I just learned what head top was yesterday because of you, Mr. Anthony Brown. Now, I know I'm far removed from the urban culture. The announcer said head top, y'all. Good grief. He played the ball so horrible, y'all. Like, golly. We're going to have to do something about that second cornerback position, man. Even though I believe he rebounded pretty nicely, man, but, bro, if you go back and look at that play, Daniel Jones just throwed it up. That was a prayer, y'all. That was a prayer. That wasn't no accuracy on there, man. He just said, YOLO. He said, YOLO. We finna try something. And then, look, Anthony Brown gonna do a ballerina spin while the ball in mid-air. Know what I'm saying? It looked just like Madden. Who play Madden? It looked just like Madden when you be cussing at the screen. So Madden it don't even be glitching all the time. It just be a couple of Anthony Browns out there sometimes, y'all. When you'll give up a catch on Madden and it don't make no sense at all. You like, the man was right there and he did nothing. That's what happened. Sometimes you just got an Anthony Brown in your secondary, y'all. Damn. And then we had all this faith in Nashawn Wright. Nashawn Wright is a bust right now, y'all. He is a bust. If he can't get on the field, this was a 3rd-round pick. That's way too high for you not to even be on the field after 2 years. Good grief. Richard Sherman rolling over in his grave now. Richard Sherman is not dead. Look, if you follow Bubba Dub, you'll get why I said that. Y'all know Bubba Dub be killing that. He be saying people that's alive are rolling over in their grave. He just silly. But I just stole that bid, though. What happened to him being Richard Sherman, y'all? What happened to him being Richard Sherman? That's a 3rd-round pick that has done nothing for us. Can't even get on the field. Kelvin Joseph can't take Anthony Brown's job. Shout out to Johnny Herrera. Hereta, I believe. I be running from pronouncing that last name. I'ma just be honest. I tried that time. I think did I succeed? Give me a 1 to 5 rating. 5 being excellent. How did I do, sir? But man, Anthony Brown let us down. And like that was one of the only plays that did anything for them. That was a YOLO pass, y'all. It was nothing precise about that. It was nothing calculated about that play. I really thought it was going to be an interception because he just threw the ball up. It hung in the air forever. Just imagine if he would have threw that to Trey side. Speaking of Trayvon Diggs, he did get that penalty and that negated the interception. But you barely even knew that Trayvon Diggs played. Good grief. These people would rather watch paint dry than to throw the football Trayvon Diggs' way. They would rather do so many other nefarious things than just to throw the ball his way. Trayvon Diggs be out there meditating. He be out there making a pallet. This man be out there on his phone. This man bored out of his mind, y'all. This boy be bored out of his mind. Golly. Man, I ain't throw the ball Trey way in about 5 games. This man can't do nothing. Like, he is bored out of his mind. See, that's when it get dangerous, though, because he gonna be over there yarning, and then somebody might catch him slipping. That's probably their best bet at this point. Like, Trey is over there on vacation. They don't even throw his direction. I can't even. Did anybody catch the ball on Trayvon? Did Daniel Jones even throw in his direction, y'all? Because I don't think so. We barely even heard Trayvon Diggs' name. They do not want to throw his way, y'all. That's crazy. Oh, he said I got a 10. Shout out to you. We in here. See there? You know, that reading rainbow working out, y'all. Lord King, that hooked on funnies did your boy good now. So don't say that no more. Don't you put the pronunciation in that chat box no more, sir. Micah A said Bland canceled out Nation. Bland our best hope. Bland our biggest hope, y'all. Shout out to Kai 001. Shout out to you, sir. He said, what up, landlord? Tell them Colts the rent is due. You understand that we want our rent up in the trap. We want that rent. We want that rent. Lord King still in here. I'm glad you still in here too, because I sure had to shout you out with that. Shout out to Ben Joe. Shout out to you, sir. I don't know if I ever seen you in here either, man. If you're new to the channel, man, I appreciate you coming through. This is how we do it in the trap. We have a lot of fun. I'm going to say a lot of reckless, outlandish things. Use a bunch of big words. I might even bust out with a freestyle. I'm very silly. You know what I'm saying? If you like all of those things, you're going to really enjoy the channel. That's how we do it up in the trap. You understand? That's how we get down. But, yeah, man, Anthony Brown surely let us down. Anthony Brown let us down. Hashtag bars. Lord King said, cleaning the meat off the bone from the bird to make bone soup. Oh, you over there eating that turkey. You over there eating that turkey. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. Yeah, good grief. Yeah, I say good grief, too. I'm probably the first black American that uses good grief on a regular basis. Shout out to me. Black History Month, you're going to see a meme with Landlord right there. Standing. They're going to have it in black and white. Let me pause for the picture. They're going to be like, the first black American that says good grief on a regular basis goes to Mr. Landlord from Alabama. Let's get it. Shout out to Hoodlum Flacco. What's going on? We need people with names like that up in here, in the trap. Trap. This man named Hoodlum. See, that's what happens in the trap now. You don't get that nowhere else now. You don't get that nowhere else. Let me chill out. But, yeah, man, boss man let us down because he could never overtake Anthony Brown. Nation has done nothing. Yeah, I'm the Black Charlie Brown, absolutely. Nation has done nothing. He can't even get on the field. And they let Bland skip all over them. He skipped the line. They said Nation and Kelvin Joseph was sitting in the lunch line. They was in the lunch line. And that boy Bland just walked up and said, "Excuse me." He hit him with one of these. Y'all get back. Bland just came and jumped straight to the front of the line and took their cornbread, y'all. Good grief. Good grief. He came and took that cornbread. And he ain't even playing so outlandish no more. He started out very strong. But he had a little decline in that Green Bay game. And they still didn't even consider to put these people in there. Now, they gave Boss Man a couple of reps. But they ain't do nothing towards, they didn't even look Nation way. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even act like they were finna give Nation no reps. After he had that rough preseason, we ain't seen Nation no more the rest of the year. This man been on the milk carton. See, the nation shouldn't have turned up on that man that bad. Because we let him have it. Yo, Cowboy Brian, he took that cornbread. But people be saying, this goes a shot at them people that be saying that the preseason don't matter. The preseason definitely matters because look, who had a strong preseason out of them three corners? Out of Bland, Nation, and Kelvin Joseph. Put it in the chat. Who had the best preseason? I'm finna show you why it's important. Who had the best preseason out of them three corners? Give me some answers. Who had the best preseason out of Deron Bland, Nation Wright, and Kelvin Joseph? Who had the best preseason out of that three? Bland. And who getting playtime? Who getting playtime? This is why preseason is important. Preseason is for jobs, y'all. Don't let them tell you preseason don't matter. It might not matter to the fans, but it's big for the players. These people are trying to get some jobs, y'all. Like, Bland won. Bland had the much better preseason. That's why he skipped the line and took that cornbread. You know what I'm saying? That's why he skipped the line. Because he had the much better preseason. And then when he got in the game for his short reps, Bland got an interception already. Does Anthony Brown got an interception though? Bland already got an interception. You know what I'm saying? He barely been starting whole games. Bland got an interception already on his record. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had a little stretch against Green Bay, Bland still been outplaying his weight. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Herrera says Brown need the bench. But like, it's a love-hate relationship with me and Anthony Brown, man. Because like, I feel like that's why we lost Green Bay. Because look, what I told y'all, bro. I said Anthony Brown is good for a blowout, like a bomb. He good for like getting burnt one time. But after he get burnt, you ain't gonna hear from him no more. And that's exactly what happened. Against Green Bay, he got burnt that one time. And if he would have finished that game, you probably wouldn't even heard from Christian Watson no more. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Brown gonna give up one big play. But it's like after that, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Is that a fair assessment? Because that's what it seemed like to me. Every time Anthony Brown gonna give up, he is going to give up a decent play. But after that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? He'll hold it down. He'll get himself together and be solid for the rest of the game. Randy Jackson said, Landlord, do you think Greedy Williams could come in and beat out AB at cornerback? I don't know, man. It might be some politics involved. Anthony Brown got some naked pictures, y'all. He got somebody doing some nefarious things on footage or something, because they got mad respect for AB, though. They got mad respect for AB. Tavis Banks said we need to draft AB and Lewis replacement. Facts. You right. That's a fact. We need to get them in the building. But we've been drafting corners. They just ain't been working out. Is our cornerback, know what I'm saying, scout, is our scouts not assessing these cornerbacks correctly or something? Like, what's going on? I believe we got us a steal and Bland, but KJ ain't worked out the way we thought. Nation ain't worked out the way we thought. Know what I'm saying? So I think they wanted to get that boy from that went to the Panthers when they got Micah Parsons. That probably would have been the end of our worries if we would have got the cornerback. We wouldn't have had Micah Parsons. So I don't know. Don't be surprised if our number 1 draft pick next year is a cornerback. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if our number 1 pick next year is a corner. Said play Joseph. He needs more evaluation. I believe so. I believe in KJ talents, but like he ain't giving me much to hold on to say that he's gonna be like that. Yeah, Cowboy Bryant. He said, landlord, don't act like Bland didn't get roasted in Green Bay, my boy. I just said that. I said he had a rough stretch at Green Bay. That's what I said. Now we gonna hold everybody accountable now. I say he had a rough stretch in Green Bay. Red. He did. He got burnt. But I told y'all after the Green Bay game, I didn't like how Dan Quinn had him in single man coverage. Is that on Bland or is that on DQ? Cause think about this. DQ seen Christian Watson skin us a couple of times. And then he still gonna have Bland right there playing one-on-one with a single high safety. That's not putting your player in the best position either now. Dang, J-Ron got a dislocated shoulder. Good grief. But dislocated ain't too bad, is it? They can pop that back in place. He got 10 days to recover. So he might be all right. I believe dislocated ain't too bad. I ain't no doctor now, so don't quote me. Let me know if y'all know something about that. Dang, Johnny. I believe dislocated is okay. I think he can just pop that back in place. Oh, okay. Yeah, Hoodlum. I think he can just pop that back in place. He got 10 days to recover. He might have to sit out one game or something. Red said, let Bland and KJ ride the rest of the season out. I can see that, but like I said, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I blame the scheme more than I blame Bland at that point, and KJ. They both got toe up too, Red. Don't forget that now. KJ got him some too against Green Bay. He got him a serving too. Hey, and then KJ got served on the Giants game too. Then, like, I'm talking about the first matchup. He gave up a touchdown on one of them teams. He gave up a touchdown early in the year too. So, and look, the touchdown that Kevin Joseph gave up, the game I'm referring to, I can't remember exactly what game that is. Y'all let me know. But the game I'm referring to when Kevin Joseph gave up that touchdown, he was by himself on the island too. So DQ need to get it together. Yeah, that was against the Bears. What DQ doing? You know what I'm saying? He let Kevin Joseph be on the island. Like, he was by himself. He had no help from the safety on over the top. He was just on the island by himself. Green is a green bean. He didn't know what was going on. Eyes big as a quarter. Know what I'm saying? If you gonna put your young players in that position, you got to have some safety help over the top with them now. Look at Lee side with the $2 holler, man. I appreciate you, sir. But he said 2017, 2022 World Series Astro. Like, what I just... Oh, man. I just told y'all this man gonna change the whole sport. You know what I'm saying? He is the definition of the delusional fan. Hey, I feel you though. Eastside. Like, what else would y'all have Eastside to do? Like, he is a Houston Texans fan, y'all. Like, I'm trying to see what would I do. You know what I'm saying? If my team was this horrible and then people just bring it up, I'm going to have to change the sports too. I'm going to have to change the sport as well. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm talking about volleyball. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they come over to me talking about football. I'm going to start talking about volleyball and pinochle. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start talking about beer pong or something. I'm going to talk about some random stuff. I ain't finna talk about them. Yeah, he a Houston Texans fan, Micah H. I don't blame him. Yeah, talk about the World Series, sir. I feel you. Because you sure don't want to take yourself through that torment talking about the Texans. I feel you. Randy Jackson said, how Jalen Smith look to you besides that splash at the end? That was foolishness. That boy did the people's elbow on the on the pile, y'all. That boy Jalen Smith did the people's elbow. I seen him throw his wristband off and all. He hit one of these. Did that. Jalen is so funny, bro. And I told West Coast them last night, he been doing that too. He been doing stuff like that. Yeah, he been doing stuff like that. But to be fair, Jalen went crazy against us though. Like, you gotta give him his props. That man had like 10 tackles against us though. He had 10 tackles against us. He stopped Zeke on a big 4th down play. Jalen actually played good football, man. And, you know, in a losing effort, you know what I'm saying? As long as they lost, like, you know, a very, very small, minute part of me was kind of happy for Jalen Smith. Just a minute part of me. I was like, okay, good. He got a nice comeback story. And I always thought Jalen Smith was a good dude. So, to see him playing well and being healthy, you know, it is what it is, man. Good job, Jalen. But, you know, you took that L, though. Shout out to Geach. That's a real nefarious name right there. That name sounds nefarious. I don't know. I ain't familiar with you, but that sounds like a nefarious name right there, sir. You know you welcome in the trap. Trap. You know you welcome. That name sound real nefarious. Shout out to APJR. Shout out to you. Yeah, I like I said, a small part of me is happy for Jalen being healthy and being productive. Got another starting role. Like, if you like underdog stories, you gotta kind of root for him. A small part of you gonna be happy to see him do well. Yeah, he said that's a trap-worthy name. Trap. Absolutely. Trap. That's definitely a trap-worthy name. Geach. That sound real nefarious. You not gonna give Geach your keys and tell him to move your car. You ain't gonna do that. Hey, they gonna be like, what a car at? Oh, I gave the Geach. Geach finna. Nah, nope. Do not give your keys to Geach. Know what I'm saying? Hey, that don't sound like a trustworthy name. No, that's a trap-worthy name. No. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know I'm silly. But, yeah, man, it was a very small, minute fiber. A single fiber of my being was happy to see Jalen Smith do well. He said, ski mask Geach. That sound like him right there, don't it? Hey, they be like, they go Geach. It sound like he got the Debo effect. They be like, put it down, they go Geach. They don't even want to be on the block while Geach pull up. They be like, hey, you know, they got the same effect how Smoker had to fake like he had the money. He had to flip the stack over and keep count like it's still some more money. They got to do that for Geach now. Y'all chill out. Y'all know I'm silly. But yeah, you definitely welcome in the trap. We need nefarious names like that up in here. Yusuf. Now, Mr. Yusuf. You know I speak broken English. I don't know if I want to attempt to pronounce that second part, but you know, my heart is in the right place, sir. Shout out to you. He said Jalen had 1 tackle last week, but this week he gave Tyler Smith his welcome to the NFL moment and killed him. For real? I can't wait to see that on film. Now, I know he had a lot of solos, too. And he stopped Zeke. That was him made that play against Zeke on that 4th and 2. Jalen stopped him. You know, Jalen had himself a game. Good job. You know what I'm saying? We damn sure can use him over here right now. Our linebacking core, even though I like Clark, I like what I seen from Clark, but we do need a little depth in the linebacker room though. Kyle Bundy says, yeah, he crushed Tyler once. I saw that. Oh, okay, I gotta see that. I gotta see that on the rewatch. Yes, sir. Hoodlum says Tyler had his welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah, Tyler started out real hot. Now he might be the new Dogecoin. He might be the new Dogecoin, y'all. Cause he started out hot. He was on fire. And you know, he kind of fell back down to reality. I still think he's gonna be a great player though. We talking about you said Smith or LV. I think we talking about you talking about choose one. Shit. Did you see LVE jump over that pile, sir? I'm a simple man. You know what I'm saying? I don't complicate things. I'm easily won over. I got like triggers. If you do a certain trigger, you got it. That boy LVE jumped over the pile and made us tackle, y'all. He did the Palomalu. So, hey, I'm going to back up on LVE for a minute, y'all. Know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a little grace. I ain't going to get on LVE for a minute. That man jumped over the pile and made a tackle. Hey, and then I seen him make a couple of more tackles, too. So, I'm going to back up off LVE for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give LVE his grace because he looking like a wolf hunter again. But, Jalen, I probably rock with LVE right now. But speaking of me being won over easily, did y'all see Jake Ferguson, sir? Good grief. That boy Jake Ferguson jumps clean over this man like an obstacle course. Know what I'm saying? He hurdled this young man. Good grief. That man will forever be on somebody's poster somewhere. Yes, he will. He will be. He will be on somebody's poster. When I seen that, I said, ooh. Yeah, I like that name. I think I seen Skywalker them calling him ASAP Ferg. I like that name. I ain't got to make up all the nicknames, you know. Just let me know who came up with it, and then I give them their proper respect, and then I'll add it to the lingo. But that boy ASAP Ferg, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever was the creator. I like to know who made that name up. But man, he straight hurdled that guy. That was outstanding. And you know, like I said, the same way Anthony Brown embarrassed me in front of my company from you know, I told you I don't even like having people over my house, and Anthony Brown got me getting embarrassed in front of my company. These people, everybody doing like this in my household. Good grief. But just like Anthony Brown embarrassed me in front of my company, that boy Jay Ferguson had me going crazy in there when I seen him jump that man. Then he jumped him and kept running, y'all. Let's go. He jumped him and kept running. Know what I'm saying? Reddy Red said, I was the originator, but I be in the chats. Oh, okay. Well, shout out to you. You got to take your respect, man. You got to take, when you come up with something nice, you got to let it be known that you the one coined that. I think people deserve their credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to credit people creativity. I like, you know, I like that. That's fire. ASAP Ferg, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, when he jumped that man, I went crazy, y'all. I got lit. Then he jumped him and had enough balance to keep going. That young man is athletic, too. Like, that young man is athletic. I love to see that. I'm all for ASAP Ferg. Tight end room is nasty in Detroit. Tight end room is nasty. Micah A said to be continued. Them young tight ends gonna turn up in the future. Facts. They gonna be nice, y'all. And they still green. They don't even know what they doing yet. You know what I'm saying? They still green. Shout out to Hula Dula. Man, y'all better tell them, don't come in here with a silly name. I can't contain myself now. We can't contain ourselves in the trap. Trap. Your name trap. Hula Dula? Abdubla Oblongata? You know what I'm saying? Houdini, you doing some magic stuff, sir? Know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm silly. Where you get that from, sir? Please give me the backstory for Hula Dula. Give me the backstory. I got to have it. I'm sorry. I got to know what happened in life that made you conclude on Hula Dula being your name, sir. I got to know that. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's interesting. I am Gabbit. Shout out to you, sir. Love the show. First time here. Love it. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate it, man. You know, we have fun. Like I said, I feel like this sums me up pretty nicely. I say a lot of outlandish things. I'm very silly. I say a lot of big words. I love words. And, you know, we be in the trap. Like, that's what we do. Trap. Yeah. But, man, y'all so funny. The Dudley brothers. Who talking about? You talking about Jalen Smith, ain't you, sir? You talking about Jalen Smith. That boy thought it was a tables, ladders, and chairs match, didn't it? That boy lost it. Hey, the announcer did him so cold, bro. The announcer made me sad. Because he said this man had lost his mind. Did y'all hear that? The announcer said Jalen Smith must have lost his mind. I said, what is he doing? The announcer said this on national TV. He said, well, he done lost his mind? Good grief. This man did an elbow drop on the pile, man. What was he doing? It is what it is, man. Jalen Smith a wild boy, though. He a wild boy. But, you know, I've been on here almost an hour, but I got a few more points, and then we're going to wrap it up. Shout out to your boy, the defensive player of the year, Micah Parsons. He could be up for the MVP of the year because nobody is more impactful. Nobody is the linebacker. He done made a whole new position. This man is outstanding. He is absolutely phenomenal. This man was a terror. He was like this. He was a terror to them young men, man. I kind of felt sorry. Like, it seemed like every time Micah rushed, he was right there in that man's grill, y'all. He was in his grill. Like, you got to love what you seeing from Micah. I don't even care about the little penalty he got at the end of the game. You got to love what you seeing from Micah Parsons. 2 sacks again. Then that young man said, I had to go get my seconds, sir. He said he had to go get his seconds like he was, like it's Thanksgiving now. He said it's Thanksgiving. He said he had to go get his seconds. He said, what did he do to get the penalty? They crazy to yourself didn't even show it, Cowboy Brian. I think they said he did something unsportsmanlike. I don't know. He might have pushed somebody or something. I don't know what he did. I got to go back and see. I don't know what he did. They didn't have it on the camera. They probably were just hating. Troy Dudley says Michael was still mad about something. Oh, okay. He might have cussed out one on. Micah, seconds, please, Parsons. All right. He said he had to go get him some seconds. Know what I'm saying? He said he went full yet. He said, yeah, I got that 1 sack, so I had to go get seconds. I said, okay, that's the line right there. That's the line. So he was pissed. He was passed on the sideline. Oh, pissed on the sideline. Yeah, he was. He was over there clowning. I don't even see Micah get mad that much. So something must have happened. Like, think about it. He's a very aggressive player. He go crazy, but you don't really see Micah just mad and pouting and stuff. Somebody had to piss Micah off. Micah don't even like complaining. Like, he don't even do that. So I got to see what that was about. Somebody might have said something crazy to Micah or tried to do a dirty play, go at his knees or ankles or something. It had to be something like that, because Micah don't even complain like that. Probably got held blatantly. Yeah, that sounds very true. That happens to him way too often, I tell you that much. Okay, let me see. I talked about almost everything that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, AB getting his head top. Michael Gallup having a resurgence. Zeke with the vintage performance. Know what I'm saying? Now, I did a lot of good talking. I don't know if I expressed my Kellen Moore, and I ended with this. Kellen Moore, tell me why did he do a reverse on 2nd and 11 2 times, y'all? Now, think about this. This is what frustrated. Keeping it cute with Kellen Moore. You know, I told him I'm going to do a reality show. Keeping it cute with Kellen Moore. Yeah, Gallup came back today. But tell me what would behoove Kellen Moore to do a reverse on 2nd and 11. You know that drive that we turn over on downs? He did a reverse with Tony Pollard on 2nd and 11. Then he did 2 passes and then did a run up the middle on 4th down. Come on, y'all. Y'all know that was foolishness. If you was playing Madden, if you was on 2nd and 11, you wouldn't dare do no reverse. Y'all know I ain't lying. You wouldn't do no reverse on Madden if you was on 2nd and 11, sir. Then what was so frustrating, you had 2 back-to-back great plays. Know what I'm saying? CeeDee Lamb had the handoff. He gained about 15 yards on that. Then Dak hit CeeDee with a little hitch route, a little turnaround. That was like 10, 15 yards. So now you like on the 40, and then you start doing all this buffoonery. So we know that Kellen Moore doesn't know how to behave. He got to get better with this. Most of the critiques that people say about him seem to be true, even though we don't want them to be. Like, I don't want Kellen to do these things, but he keeps showing me these things on film, y'all. But luckily, he did correct them. He did this in the beginning of the game. It looked like Big Mike grabbed him by his ear again, pulled him in there, and got back to the drawing board and said, "Sir, get your act together," like Jerry said. You better get your darn act together. That's what Mike McCarthy told him, and then he came out and had a flawless game plan. The second half was absolutely phenomenal. 21 straight points. You know what I'm saying? So, even though the game went luxurious, it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't a thing of beauty. It didn't satisfy everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the most important thing was we got the dub. The most important thing was we beat a good division team. We got 2-game lead over them. All of that. So that was the most important thing to handle that part of it. You know what I'm saying? If we would have went down this game, that would have been terrible. Because think about it. When that would have been a prototypical old Cowboy thing to do? Come off the most impressive win of the year and then lay an egg against the Giants, probably the more important game. That would have been the old prototypical Cowboy thing to do. Probably the Jason Garrett Cowboy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But we held it down. We faced a little adversity early and held it down and corrected our wrongs, got the job done. So job well done to your Cowboys. 8-3. Let's get it. Said, have you talked about Beckham today? I might have missed it. I ain't said nothing about Beckham because it makes me sad. It makes me sad, Cowboy Brian, because I don't think Kellen Moore is responsible enough to get that Ferrari. He don't know how to behave now. We got him in a Charger right now, and he just running up the engine, hitting the curves and everything. So just imagine when we give him these Ferrari keys, which would be this offense, if you add OBJ in my opinion. Cowboy Brown, I'm afraid to say that he might not never run again. Kellen Moore may never run the ball again. If we add OBJ to this offense, he may never run the ball ever again, y'all. It's sad. So, I'm on team running down ball. Like my brother West Coast, shout out to him. We got to stick to this run. We seen how powerful the run is against Minnesota. That's how we should play. For some strange reason, it behooved us to come play a whole different game against the Giants. We didn't even think about it. This game plan we played against the Giants looked nothing like the game plan against Minnesota. They was two different game plans. Now, like I said, it could be because we like the passing matchups better against the Giants than we did against Minnesota. That could be a part of it. But if you seen how great that game plan against Minnesota worked, you got to come in this game and try it. You know what I'm saying? If it gets stopped, that's when you come to a different game plan. That's who we are. That's when we play our best football. The game we played against Minnesota, that's who we need to be. If we want to win a Super Bowl, that's what we need to be. That's what we need to be. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. That's what we need to be. We need to be the team that we was against Minnesota. Cowboy Brown said, I just think if we upgrade the third receiver, it can't hurt us. You right. But it's just the behavior of Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if we get OBJ, I want OBJ, but I just don't trust Kellen Moore. So I'm on both sides. So I'm with you. But, like, I feel like if we bring OBJ in here, man, Kellen Moore gonna throw that ball all day. He gonna throw the ball all day. He just told you, Cowboy Brian, that it took everything in his soul to not throw the ball all game. You know what I'm saying? Red said OBJ need to come snatch that three from AB. Yeah, you know AB ain't gonna give up that number though. Hey, if it's a part of the stimulation, he gonna have to. If OBJ come in here and request that, hey, Anthony Brown might be going back to 30. Shit. Hey, Anthony Brown can't be rocking 3 getting topped on, y'all. Dang, you can't be having single-digit number getting head top. You can't do that. That number way too clean for that type of behavior, sir. You need to get your act together. Shout out to Mitchell Adams. I don't know if I seen it. But y'all, man, if y'all got a couple more questions, we can go over them, man. But if not, you know, I'm finna go and wrap this thing on up. I think we had a good show up in the trap. I think we had a good show. Say he played better in 30 anyway. You right. That three look like it look. You know, I'm so silly. You know how 30 look with the 3 and the 0 on the side. That 3 just mean it's a lot. It's too much open space for him to guard on his jersey. His jersey got too much open space, and that's how he been behaving, Red. He been leaving too much open space out there. You know what I'm saying? He need to get that 30 back. You right. But, man, I enjoyed y'all today, man. I really did. I thank everybody for coming through, pulling up and stopping by. Please, if you enjoy the show, give your boy a like and a share. I promise you, it won't charge your card, y'all. It won't. And it very much so helps me be able to do this more. It helps me to be able to do this more often. So, you know, at the very least, give your boy a like. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know when that pack drop in the trap. You got to know when that pack drop in the trap. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna know when the pack drop if you don't hit that notification bell now? How you gonna know? But shout out to my Cowboys. We 8-3. We on Philadelphia tail. They need to be looking behind them like this. Shout out to you, Red. Hey, I appreciate the cash app already, so, you know, I appreciate it. I might not be able to tell you. And shout out to Melvin Irby last night. I was on West Coast show. I wasn't able to thank him for his super chat. So, Mr. Melvin Irv, if you watch this on the rerun or whatever, man, I appreciate your love and support with the super chat, sir. But y'all know, like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go. We got that 8-3, man. We on Philadelphia tail. They looking like this. And we at their head top. We